You're listening to an Airwave Media Podcast.
All set for your flight?
Yep, I've got everything I need. Eye mask, neck pillow, T-Mobile, headphones.
Wait, T-Mobile?
You bet. Free in-flight Wi-Fi. 15% off all Hilton brands. I never go anywhere without T-Mobile. Same goes for my water bottle, chewing gum, nail clippers,
okay,
passport.
I'm gonna leave you to it.
Find out how you can experience travel better at T-Mobile.com/travel.
Qualifying plan required. Wi-Fi were available on select U.S. airlines. Deposit and Hilton Honors membership required for 15% discount. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome to From Beneath the Hollywood Sign. If you love old movies, Hollywood history, or the golden age of filmmaking, you've come to the right place. This is the podcast that talks about amazing stories of Tinseltown from another era and fascinating conversations with writer-producer Steve Cubine and actress-writer Nan McNamara.
So, Steve, did Ava Gardner and Howard Hughes have a good relationship?
Well, they did until he dislocated her jaw.
What?
Well, don't worry. She hit him back with an ashtray.
From Beneath the Hollywood Sign is the gin joint for you.
Recorded in Chicago, Illinois, with your hosts, Ken, Matt, Neal, and Jeff. This.
Hello and welcome to Triviality, the game where a lack of seriousness meets a little bit of knowledge. I will be your host today. This is Jeff here in the studio, and coming down the chimney last night and camping out all day are Neal, Matt, and Ken. How are you gentlemen doing?
Hey, good. Hopefully we'll be bringing a little bit of knowledge and a little bit of Christmas cheer today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my stomach is a little full from hot chocolate and marshmallows and a little bit of some little ginger cookies. So I'm feeling pretty full.
I told you not to eat the fruitcake, man.
I know, but I apologize to your bathroom in advance.
Yay.
This is not very Christmassy so far.
It is not, but there is a little chill in the air because the window just opened, and secretly flying in straight from the North Pole, adjacent from Spain, is Kendall Whitehead, our United States champion. How are you doing, Kendall?
Ho, 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 guys. I'm doing well. Good to be back in the States.
Yes, tell us about your recent travels. Where have you been delivering presents to all who need it?
First, I went to Madrid. And then I went to Paris. So that's it.
I think that's enough.
Just flew in.
Distributed presents to those children over there.
Yeah, that was hard, walking everywhere, delivering presents. But it was good. It was an anniversary trip for my husband and I. We've been married for 1 year.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you so much. So we had a great time.
Is that the silver wood?
I believe it's paper.
Paper? Okay. I know it's leather, wood, paper, silver.
You're thinking of silver bells.
Ah.
It is Christmas time.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, Kendall?
I live in Southern California, Rancho Cucamonga, to be specific, but I don't think anyone knows where that is.
I've heard of it.
I believe it's in Southern California.
It's fun to say.
It's a funny name. That's where I've heard it before. Seattle.
I'm an attorney. I'm 30 years old.
All right.
Yeah.
All that good stuff.
And she loves trivia.
Yeah, she's one of Triviality's main attorneys on retainer. So
we say a lot of libelous things.
Yes.
We need it.
First of all, thank you very much for being a Patreon supporter. It means a lot to us, and you've helped the show grow, so we appreciate it.
You are so welcome.
Yeah, and so for today's game, I think me and Kendall are going to team up, and we're going to be the Christmas Kens.
Oh.
All right.
We were talking it over, and I think that we're going to be the Noels because we're taking a W today.
Ooh.
That's a little trash talk for you guys.
And before I toss it to the rules guy, I just want to emphasize to all of our listeners, no matter what winter holidays you celebrate, happy holidays.
Yep.
Here in the studio, we all grew up celebrating Christmas, so that's why we're doing a Christmas game, but can't stress enough, no matter what you want to celebrate, please enjoy that.
Yeah, the holidays are about spending time with friends and family, giving and receiving, and just having a good time. So
I have to spend it with you guys anyway, so...
Yeah, it's nice that we can all spend it together, and also with the rules guy.
The rules of the game are simple. 20 questions split into 2 rounds worth 10 points apiece. At halftime, there'll be a special swing round designed by this week's host. After regulation, players will enter the final round with the points that they've accumulated and will have a chance to wager 0 to 30 points on 5 categorized questions. At the end of the game, someone will be named the cream of the crop.
I am the cream, the cream of the crop.
All right, now that we got the rules out of the way, is everyone ready to go? No? You want to make a joke?
Merry Christmas, Darren.
Merry Christmas.
It's the gift that keeps on giving, if you ask me.
Yeah, it really is.
I feel like we should be cutting back to our previous Christmas episode as like the ghost of Christmas past, just to see what happens, like if it's relevant.
Are you the spirit I was told to expect?
I am.
Who are you?
I am the ghost of Christmas past.
With Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
And I love Whoppers, but I don't like malt in any sort of liquid form.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
If only there was an element called Christmasium.
Oh, I'd be all over that.
You'd be on it. It's offensive.
The Dutch boy again. He's back.
Come here, Santa Claus. Give me gifts, please. I've been a very good boy.
I had an animatronic Mickey Mouse that you put like a tape in the back and it talked like a story out.
It's all a very similar thing.
Be my friend.
All right, question 10. Montgomery.
Hail Satan.
Question 10.
Merry Krampus.
Oh, this is very difficult. This episode is getting away from me.
I had stayed very much away from that episode so that it didn't accidentally ruin questions I was going to write. If there are repeats, it's sheer ignorance.
Well, we forgot it anyway, so.
There's only really like 50 things you could ask about Christmas, so.
So
All
I
right,
think by the end of the game, I'll have all of them.
Bring on the questions about pagan tradition. Let's go.
All right, if everyone's ready to go, let's begin. The three wise men who traveled to Bethlehem to meet Jesus are also known as the three magi. Magi is a word which derives from Persian roots and is actually the name of a religious caste for what early Persian monotheistic religion. This faith has its deity, the supremely wise creator, Ahura Mazda.
Yikes.
By the way, Ahura Mazda literally translates to the Lord Creator and extremely wise.
All right.
And handsome.
Mm-hmm.
When he said magi, at first I was like, oh, magi. And then it went south from there.
Myrrh? Is the answer myrrh? It's not.
Do you know about this deity who zooms or no?
No.
Okay.
Not at all. This is not one of my deities, I don't believe. It could be.
We're going to lock in.
Yeah. Are we? Okay.
Well, Kendall, the only monotheistic religions I know are Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. I don't think it's any of those. But I do know who the Prince of Persia is, and that's Jake Gyllenhaal. So you want to go with Gyllenhaalism?
Listen, Jake Gyllenhaal is my absolute biggest celebrity crush, so I'm more than happy to go with that.
We're going to go with Gyllenhaalism and his fabulous beard.
Thrillenhaal.
You could deck the Gyllenhaals, because we were thinking Prince of Persia, and I had nothing else here, so I just wanted to make that pun.
I'm sure this is one that you've all heard before. Zoroastrianism.
Oh, yes.
Classic, yeah.
Kendall, do you like Gyllenhaal bearded or not bearded?
Oh my gosh! Anyway, you'll give them to me. I like them.
Nightcrawler Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, even that.
A little Lou Bloom action.
All right, on to question 2. What famous actor and musician had a hit with A Holly Jolly Christmas, also lending to the small screen his voice as Sam the Snowman, narrator of the claymated Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
You ever heard that name?
Yes, that sounds familiar.
I believe it's him.
This guy sings the other one.
Yeah,
right?
yes.
Yeah, okay.
We're locked in.
I'm familiar with the song and the cartoon.
Yeah, me too.
No, I don't know. Roy Rogers, is that someone real?
Yeah,
he's real.
Buffalo Bill? Yeah, I think he's real.
Well, we could do that if you want. I wrote Mickey Rooney, but I don't think he's... I mean, he does musical...
He looks like the Snowman.
He does look like the Snowman. He does musical movies, but I don't think he's like a standalone musician. So if you want to go with Roy Rogers Chicken, whatever.
Yeah. It's Kenny Rogers Chicken.
Wait, Roy Rogers, though, is he a cowboy?
He's a cowboy.
Yeah, not an actor.
I think
no
he's
voice
both.
work.
He might be.
Cowboy.
He might be. He might be a real cowboy.
What do you guys think? I don't know. Ken, I don't care. We can go with Mickey Rooney.
Yes. Okay, we're gonna go with Mickey Rooney.
And what did the Hollies settle on?
So Matt wrote down Bing Crosby, but I'm pretty sure the I could be wrong now. I'm
David Crosby.
Second guessing myself, but I'm pretty sure that the snowman with the very luscious mustache that kind of just waddles his way through the snow as he like talks to Rudolph is Burl Ives.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
Born in Illinois and attending Eastern University, it is Burl Ives.
All right.
I love Christmas time, so
it's Christmas.
I like how he
time.
turned to Jeff for the most merciless Christmas game he could muster.
Not merciless. It starts a little hard. It gets
we're hoping it's going to be like the movie Joyeux Noel, where we're going to have a ceasefire and Jeff's questions will be a little easier. Like the war.
So. Or the beginning of Santa's Sleigh where he murders everyone, and then it gets a little lighter afterwards.
Yeah. So we just have to wait for Jim Caan to get murdered, and then everything will be simpler after that.
I'm much more of the Futurama Santa. So.
Okay.
Question 3. Mistletoe are actually parasitic plants. They have no formal root structure, and so while they produce sugars through photosynthesis, they mainly consume them through their host plants via what vascular system?
Oh, I hate you. Only you could take Christmas and turn it into science.
What kind of vascular system?
Yeah.
Hey kids, you want to enjoy kissing under the mistletoe? Well, don't, because it's a vascular system nightmare.
Hanging parasites above your door.
What do you know about parasitic vascular systems?
Oh my God, so much.
Have you ever kissed anyone under mistletoe?
I'm shocked by how hard you think this is.
No,
I haven't either, actually, which is really surprising because I feel like that's a thing everyone does in movies. So
yeah, not as common in real life, I imagine.
And for the record, it's specifically the sugars because they do attach to both vascular structures.
Okay,
if that makes it easier.
Gotcha.
We're locked in.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Okay. So I believe in the stems of plants, you usually have xylem and phloem, and one is for water and one is for food. Can't remember which is which.
So wait, what are the two? You said phloem?
Xylem and phloem. I think phloem would be for water because I think I kind of remembered like a flow sort of play on words for like water would flow. So let's go with xylem.
Sounds good.
All right.
Yeah, this episode's actually brought to us by Mucinex D because in the wintertime you have a lot of phloem, depending on how your allergies are. Matt, what did we lock in with?
Plant veins.
So your choices were sort of between xylem and phloem. Unfortunately, it's not water that's flowing them. Phloem is the food. So it is not xylem, Ken. It's phloem. Sorry.
50-50.
Christmas.
Wow. 3 questions in, and I finally broke Ken.
I'm a broken man.
Yeah, it's fair.
Neal, I think you were asking if anybody had ever actually kissed anybody under the mistletoe.
Yeah.
I have not. I think that would be strange. Anybody else?
No.
Kendall?
No.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know if it was real mistletoe, though, so that might be...
Didn't count.
So
then.
perhaps keeping the tradition alive? Maybe not, though.
Maybe not, though. Yeah. Make sure you tell your husband. You have to do it this year just to, to get on that list, that mistletoe list.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm going to change my answer. I think one time we were looking at Christmas lights, walking, and somebody was selling mistletoe. So I'm sure I put it up at some point, and I don't know. Hopefully we kissed. I guess I can't remember.
It all turned out fine.
Yeah, it all worked out.
Yeah.
All right. On to question 4. Trying to capitalize on the success of previous robotic toys such as Furbies, Cabbage Patch Dolls in some iterations, and Tickle Me Elmo, what line of robotic hamsters started their own craze in 2009 with their recession-proof starting price of only $10?
These sound familiar.
Robotic hamsters.
Yeah.
Is this the thing that Richard Gere advertised for?
No.
Not on Christmas, Neal. Please.
Gerbil hamsters.
It's a sacred holiday.
I heard it was Richard Gere and it cost $3,000 for the hamster for one night or 1 week. I know what this is. I know what this is, Matt. I just don't know the name. I remember the commercial for it. Don't they like jiggle or something, or they look like they're all like hyped up on drugs or something?
Hopped up on goofballs.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. So think of a robo hamster name, and then we'll lock in with it.
Matt's on the naughty list this year.
I've had a long day.
Yeah, I really don't know on this one.
I'm sure my niece asked for it at some point. Oh, no. She was born in 2010.
She likes nostalgia, though.
Yeah, it's a retro toy now.
She wants it.
Yeah, I'm completely at a loss, so I'm just going to give a shout-out to my dear departed hamsters, Luffy and Chopper, R.I.P., and we're going to move on.
Yeah, we didn't know. We thought that they might be cute little fur balls, so we said fur balls.
Unfortunately, these were the Zuzu pets.
Now that I hear it, that doesn't sound familiar at all.
No.
And the robotic demons were the Pazuzu pets.
Ooh, that's true. The Exorcist. Kendall, so we're at question 5 here. Looks like Matt and I only have 10 points. What do you guys have?
That's a big Christmas
Golden
goose
goose
egg.
Christmas goose egg. So we're at question 5. We'll start with you. Favorite Christmas gift you've ever given or received?
When I was 5 years old, my parents, my dad specifically, didn't believe that Santa wrapped gifts. I don't know if that was just him being lazy or what, right? But so we'd have wrapped gifts from my parents, and then we'd come out Christmas morning, and then all of our gifts, me and my sister, would be laid out in 2 separate piles. And I think when I was like 5 or something, I got a pound puppy, and those are the dogs with the litters, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my sister got a pound teddy bear, I guess. I don't know, like a bear.
Yeah, bears in the pound.
And you could open it up, right? And it would have like 1 to 5 puppies. And I had 5.
Wow.
And I was so excited. Yeah, my sister only had 2. And I was like,
I had a pound puppy.
Yeah.
When I was little. Yeah.
Are these this is a toy?
Yeah, it was a toy.
Oh, did it give birth like for you or?
Like via Velcro.
You had to do a C-section.
Oh.
Right.
That's like, I had a scalpel.
Yes, that's my favorite gift.
It's a good one.
That's a good one.
All right. On to question 5. No listener submitted questions today, but 2003's All I Want for Christmas is a Really Good Tan was released by what 4-time CMA Entertainer of the Year? Although if I know any of you, you're probably more likely to know him as Renee Zellweger's husband.
Renee Zellweger's husband?
Yeah.
Not Nicole Kidman's husband.
Correct.
Oh,
shoot.
It's okay. So it's between him and
because I know your love of country music as a group.
It's not Chris Gaines, right?
No, it's not Chris Gaines. Every time I hear Gaines, it's without fail. It's Step Up 2. Tyler Gage is in the house. Channing Tatum.
You don't think it's this guy?
I don't think it's him because he was on an episode of Hard Knocks and they didn't mention Renee Zellweger. He's just a huge Browns fan. It's the dude who's super tan. He wears a white cowboy hat. His shirt's always open. He's a huge star.
He's older.
Yeah,
right?
he won 4 Country Music Award Entertainer of the Years, Neil.
I know. Oh my God, I know who it is though. I can picture him. He's always on the beach. His shirt's open.
Ooh.
I have a feeling Neil could paint he could paint a portrait of the guy without the face at this point.
Can you name any country guys? I know I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna think about it.
I'm
gonna think about it while they talk because I think I can get
That's
it.
not how this game works.
But if we say it, you can't get it. Okay.
Okay.
I would guess Kenny Chesney. I don't know.
Kenny Chesney. Does he fit that description?
I really do not like country. But
Bless your heart.
How would he look on the beach in a white shirt? Think about that.
Pretty tan.
I know Toby Keith is kind of writes goofy songs like that, but he's pretty tan.
He's an entrepreneur.
Let's go with Kenny Chesney.
So I think as part of our Christmas agreement, Ken said if I heard it and didn't pull it before they got it, that we couldn't accept points.
Yes.
It is Kenny Chesney.
So he said Tug McGraw.
Well, I'm glad to report that the Kens get credit for the Kenny Chesney question. So, yeah, Kenny Chesney.
All right.
Sorry. I would have gotten there. It just took me more time.
So after 5 questions, both teams on the board with 10.
Woo. 10 calling
Merry
birds.
Christmas.
All right, on to question 6. Orthodox Christmas takes place on or about January 7th in the Gregorian calendar. The reason for this is Orthodox Christians are observing December 25th, but on which calendar that the Romans used and that the Gregorian calendar largely replaced?
That wouldn't make sense.
That's probably what we use, not what they used.
Yeah.
So let's go with yours. That's fine.
Locked in.
Can't really name any other calendars besides the
firemen,
the standard
policemen,
Triviality, Boys of Triviality.
That is in the Christmas stockings this year, everyone.
Oh, so excited.
So any idea from you?
Gregorian is like the big one, right? It's Roman, so I don't know if it's, named after one of their gods, like a Jupiter or something, but I really have no further guesses.
Let's say the astrological calendar. I have no idea how to answer this.
The Gregorian chants?
Gregorian chant. All right, we're in with astrological calendar.
I literally don't remember where I heard this, but I just listened to a podcast where they said that it's weird that Easter changes every year, and they said that's because they base it on the lunar calendar. So I said lunar.
Yes, Easter is based on the lunar calendar. In fact, the reason that they changed from this calendar to the Gregorian calendar was because Easter kept falling farther and farther outside of when they were aiming for. He himself was a little bit of a god on earth. This was the Julian calendar, named for Julius Caesar.
I thought I was right there.
I know, me too.
Next.
That's all right. We opened up the present, and it was just it was socks.
This is coal in our stocking. I'd love some socks this year.
I love socks and underwear as presents.
I like to heat my home with coal, so bring it on. It's very efficient.
Yeah.
All right, question 7. The Twelfth Night is not just a Shakespeare play. It's also the day the three wise men came to pay their respects. Depending on whether you start counting the days of Christmas on Christmas or the day after, this observance culminates in what feast day? Defining the feast name would be an experience of a sudden and striking realization.
I think we can lock in on this one. You're okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it Feast of Epiphany? Does that sound familiar?
I mean, Epiphany fits that description.
Yeah, and I feel like I've heard that phrase before.
Like, come to the Feast of Epiphany.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yes.
Who are you channeling there?
That was just, it was like an older bearded man because I can't grow a beard. So that's kind of what
me.
Yeah. That's like Ken plus 20 years. Like, come to the Feast of Epiphany. Medieval times.
I'll be insane.
Yeah.
In 20 years, yeah.
So we have a waffle bar.
It's a slow slide.
Yeah, we'll go with it. Yeah, I'll go with that. I don't have a better answer.
Yep. I also wrote down Epiphany.
And the feast is known as Epiphany.
Right on.
You got one. I got one. I feel good about this. We got 20 points.
I think the first round's harder.
Same here.
Yeah.
She pulled the Kenny Chesney.
So it's equal involvement here at the dinner table for on Christmas. So.
All right. Question 8. St. Nicholas, the likely inspiration for Santa Claus, was actually a 4th century Greek Christian bishop from Myra, or Myra possibly, in a region known as Lycia, that itself a province of the Byzantine Empire, which is now found in what modern country?
We celebrate St. Nicholas Day. My mom still calls us over back to the old house and says...
Makes you put your shoes out?
No, we don't do that kind of stuff. We just have a sock full of a few little gifts.
Yeah, an apple, and some
chocolate. Stocking. It's just one athletic sock. Do you want to lock in with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know about you, but when I hear Byzantine, I could be entirely wrong, but I think more of the Persian Gulf area.
I just wrote down Turkey. I don't know.
I actually think Turkey is a good answer. Let's go with Turkey.
Yeah, nothing like a fat Christmas turkey. We said turkey.
And I didn't intend it when I wrote it, but it is turkey.
All right.
Oh, nice.
Yum, yum.
I feel a lot better about myself.
Polish off that dinner with some Turkish delights.
Oh.
Which are not nearly as good as Lion, the Witch, and Wardrobe, but lead you to believe.
That's where I know that from. Thank you for saying that.
That kid's ready to sell out his whole damn family for some Turkish delights.
What is a Turkish delight?
It's just a little candy, jelly, sort of chewy.
No spoilers. I wrote no questions about this, but I kept seeing that as like a Christmas movie on lists because people are crazy.
Well, there's a lot of Christmas movies that shouldn't be on a Christmas movie list.
Well, it's about Jesus, kind of.
If you want to talk about Christmas movies that shouldn't be on a Christmas movie list, preview of the swing round.
Oh. Foreshadow. Hey, Christmas, Ghost of Christmas Future.
That's right. All right, question 9 in the round. Mary and Joseph were both inhabitants natively of what city, which shares its name with a hard rock band who knew better than most, Love Hurts?
I think that's a band, right? 80s band?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. We're going to put the coals in the fire and lock in.
So they came to Bethlehem.
So let's cross out Bethlehem.
Yeah, I don't think that's the answer.
Yeah.
I wrote down Nazarene. I don't even know if that's a city.
I did write down Nazareth.
Oh, Nazareth, yeah.
Nazareth. And the other one I wrote down was Arimathea, but I think Nazareth is right.
Nazareth?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. We're locked in with Nazareth.
Yeah, I think they're commonly referred to as Mary and Joseph of Nazareth, so it makes sense. We said Nazareth.
Yep, they were headed down to Bethlehem for a census, if I remember right. But then after Jesus was born, they both headed back to Nazareth.
It was so funny, too, because they were great people, and they would go door to door, but no one would answer the door when they knocked.
Census joke.
It's a census joke for all our census listeners.
They weren't Jehovah's Witnesses.
Can't get those correct numbers if no one answers the door.
Mm-hmm.
They were literally Jehovah's Witnesses.
That's true.
All right, question 10, the final question in round 1. Rotten Tomatoes had an editorial list naming the 25 best Christmas movies and included what Tim Burton 1992 directed film as their 22nd best movie?
No, he didn't direct that.
He was the producer on it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Common misconception.
Well, I could see that. That's the right year, isn't it? Or it's
around there. I'm just trying to go through his other movies. This is around Christmas, right? Yeah, I would go with that over the first one I wrote.
So there's a little trick in here because he didn't actually direct Nightmare Before Christmas. That's the trap answer.
I believe it's Selleck, right?
Selleck, yeah. Tom Selleck. And I think Edward Scissorhands takes place around Christmas.
Oh, yeah, they have that whole winter scene. Okay.
And I think maybe Batman does too, the first one. The first one? Second one? Regardless, I think Edward Scissorhands is the way to go here.
I just want to say I wrote down Beetlejuice for some reason, and is that even him? I don't know.
It is him.
I believe
is
it's
not
88.
involve Christmas.
Oh, the year of my birth.
For Beetlejuice? 89, something like that?
I think Edward Scissorhands is the way to go.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, do it.
Edward Scissorhands for us.
Yeah, I wrote down Edward Scissorhands. My gut wrote that down first, and then we said maybe it's Batman Returns because there's a lot of Christmas.
Yeah, the original Batman is definitely Batman 89 because that's what it's referred to often. So I figured it makes sense that Returns would come out around 91, 92. So
yeah.
So we said Batman Returns.
It's not terribly good, though.
Yeah, I tried to throw you a little bit off the scent by putting Burton's name out there. I think Nightmare Before Christmas was 93.
It's later. Yeah.
But Batman Returns makes their list as one of the 25 best Christmas movies. And yes, it's very heavily Christmas-centric.
I will say, though, if you watch the movie, I rewatched it recently, it is very dirty.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the penguin's jokes are very sexual.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I watched that movie for the first time, like, this year. And I was like, whoa. I
remember seeing that in a theater very close to here when I was younger, and I didn't pick up any of the jokes that he makes. But
yeah, you had to be, what, like 6 at the time?
7, yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't have. Right over your head. We have 15.
I was 17.
All right. Well, we have a close game going into the swing round. 40 for the Christmas Kens, and whatever the hell you guys were, you have 50.
Yeah.
What were you?
We're the Noels.
Yeah.
Following that, I have, at least in the spirit of the 12 days of Christmas, have come up with a swing round, and it's 12 unlikely Christmas movies. I'm going to give you the year and 2 or 3 of the top billed actors, of the top 4 billed actors, and I want the film name. All 12 films were released on Christmas Day.
Oh, wow. Okay. They aren't necessarily Christmas movies.
I don't think a single one of them is a Christmas movie.
Oh, dang.
They're just released on Christmas. Neil should be pretty good at that since his tradition is to go see a movie on Christmas.
It is. Yep. After dinner, gifts, all that stuff, I go to see a movie. Yeah.
I'll join you this year.
Full upfront disclosure, Neil. There's only one film on here that you couldn't have possibly seen on release day. So these are all recent enough that I think everybody's got a fair shake at it.
Yeah, and since today is Christmas, I think on this release date, Ken and I are going to go see Mary Poppins. I think
that should be a delight.
Oh, I want to come.
Yeah, you can come. Yeah, come join us.
All right, cool.
All right, so I will give you the list real quick, and then I'll go back through just for sake of clarity. If you need anything after that, let me know. All right, the first film was released in 1973, features Paul Newman and Robert Redford, and I'll give you a little hint because this one's a little harder. They team up for the ultimate con.
Easy,
yeah.
Okay.
Totally.
Most of these are pretty straightforward.
Worst clue ever.
2002, Leonardo DiCaprio and Martin Sheen. Number 3, 2012, Leonardo DiCaprio and Kerry Washington. 1993, Kurt Russell, Val Kilmer.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5, 2012, Anne Hathaway and Amanda Seyfried. Number 6, 1993, Anne Margaret and Daryl Hannah. Number 7, 1999, Kate Blanchett, Gwyneth Paltrow. Number 8, 2004, Kate Blanchett and Kate Beckinsale. Number 9, it's a 1992 film with Jack Nicholson and Danny DeVito. Number 10 is a 1987 film with Christian Bale and John Malkovich. Number 11 is a 1997 film, Pam Grier and Samuel Jackson. And the 12th one here is 1998's Robin Williams, Philip Seymour Hoffman joint. All right, so just to recap, I'll give you the year of the film and 2 of the top billed actors. So the first one is 1973, Paul Newman and Robert Redford. Number 2, 2002, Leonardo DiCaprio and Martin Sheen. Number 3, 2012, Leonardo DiCaprio and Kerry Washington. Number 4, 1993, release year, Kurt Russell and Val Kilmer. Question 5 is 2012, Anne Hathaway and Amanda Seyfried. Number 6 is 1993's film with Anne Margaret and Daryl Hannah. Number 7 is 1999's Cate Blanchett, Gwyneth Paltrow film. Number 8 is a 2004 movie with Cate Blanchett again and Kate Beckinsale. Question number 9 is a 1992 film with Jack Nicholson and Danny DeVito. Number 10 is a 1987 film with Christian Bale and John Malkovich. The 11th is 1997 with Pam Grier and Samuel Jackson. And the final and 12th is 1998's Robin Williams and Philip Seymour Hoffman. I did not say this before, but we're going to just follow the classic 5 points apiece for this swing round.
Sounds good.
So, but you get 2 extra today because I'm in the Christmas spirit. So,
all right.
So just to recap, we're doing the Paul Newman, Robert Redford, 1973 film Ken's.
I believe that's The Sting.
We also went with The Sting.
And the answer is The Sting. Well done to both teams. All right, second film, 2002, Leonardo DiCaprio and Martin Sheen, The Kens. What did you say for that one?
We almost went with The Departed, but 2002 seemed too early for that, so we went with Catch Me If You Can, hoping Martin Sheen is in it.
Mm-hmm. Also went with Catch Me If You Can.
I believe he's Amy Adams' father.
That's correct.
That's what I said.
No way.
Let's Catch Me If You Can. Number 3, 2012, Leonardo DiCaprio, Kerry Washington. I think both teams got this pretty quick. Apparently, Ken and Neal went to see this the same day together.
That's Django Unchained.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at our theater, several people walked out in disgust at Django Unchained.
And it was Quentin Tarantino's Django Unchained. Mm-hmm. I said I would do some of the top billed actors. Leo I threw in there as a bone because he's not the top billed. So, all right. Number 4 was 1993, Kurt Russell and Val Kilmer. The Kens. What did you say for that one?
Oh, I said Tombstone.
Kendall will be our Huckleberry is Tombstone.
Yeah, it is Tombstone. Well done. Number 5, 2012, Anne Hathaway, Amanda Seyfried. The Kens, what was your answer for this one?
Les Miserables.
Mm-hmm. Les Mis.
Yeah, Les Mis. Yeah, I thought that one was too easy if I gave you the huge Jackman on that one. So, all right. And number 6, I thought this one was a little bit harder. 1993's Anne Margaret, Daryl Hannah flick.
Man, I don't know any Daryl Hannah movies beyond like Kill Bill and Splash, so we went with Splash.
Mm-hmm. This one, I could be way off on it. I remember Anne Margaret, since she was an older actress at the time. I believe she was in Grumpy Old Men as the object of Walter Matthau's affections.
Wow.
Yeah, Walter Matthau was the leading man, but Anne Margaret was the female lead in Grumpy Old Men.
Wow.
I remember that from the DVD cover. So.
Well, at least you remembered it. Number 7 is 1999's Cate Blanchett and Gwyneth Paltrow. Now, if somebody doesn't get this, I will give them the top 2 billed actors, and you'll know it immediately. So, what did you say, the Kens?
Man, this was hard. We were talking about Elizabeth and Shakespeare in Love, and we decided to go with Elizabeth.
We had the same discussion, and I knew that because Shakespeare in Love beats Saving Private Ryan, which was a travesty, that that was the year before, or 2 years before. And then I was like, what movie were Gwyneth Paltrow in after that where she would have been a lead? And it wasn't 7. And then I remembered she was on a beach or something in Italy. So we went with The Talented Mr. Ripley.
Yeah, if I gave you Jude Law and I gave you Matt Damon, it is The Talented Mr. Ripley. All right, number 8, 2004, Cate Blanchett and Kate Beckinsale.
Yeah, this one troubled us deeply too. Kind of just thinking of Kate Beckinsale movies, and we went with...
Serendipity.
Yep.
Well, Serendipity is one of my favorites. That's Kate Beckinsale, John Cusack, Jeremy Piven. But Matt, what did we end up going with?
Yeah, this is a movie that I saw in the theater. I'm not sure if it's right. It's very long. We said Pearl Harbor.
Oh.
What if I gave you Leonardo DiCaprio?
Oh.
It's The Aviator.
Yeah.
There's planes in Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, you were close.
I believe Pearl Harbor was 02 or 01.
Yeah.
02.
believe she's the only
I was
person.
still in high school when I saw it. So
she's the only person to play an Oscar, win an Oscar for playing an Oscar winner.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wanted to mix that one up because otherwise there would have been 3 Leonardo DiCaprio movies on this list.
That's totally my bad, man. Katharine Hepburn and Ava Gardner. That was my bad.
Yep. I thought you would have had that one. All right, number 9 is 1992. Jack Nicholson and Danny DeVito. I think this probably at least caught one team off guard.
Mm-hmm.
What about the other one?
Yeah,
Ken's?
I have no idea on this one. So we just said Batman Returns.
Yeah, this one is tough. I was trying to think of movies that DeVito and Nicholson were in together. I know they were in Hoffa together, but I didn't know what year that was, and we just figured maybe DeVito directed him in Matilda. So we went with Matilda.
Oh, Neil, it was Hoffa.
Oh.
Sorry. All right. Number 10 is 1987, Christian Bale and John Malkovich. Ken struggled a little bit with this one, but what did you settle on?
Just went with Rescue Dawn.
Very interesting you picked that one because there's a Spielberg reference, and it is a young Christian Bale at wartime in Empire of the Sun.
I think Ken knows that Empire of the Sun is the correct answer. All right, number 11 in the round is a 1997 film with Pam Grier and Samuel Jackson. What'd you say, Ken's?
Jackie Brown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one of my favorite Tarantino's, Jackie Brown.
Yep, it is Tarantino's Jackie Brown. So I looked up ones for this, and there was a lot of Tarantino movies and a lot of Leonardo DiCaprio movies. So Django definitely had to go on the list. And the last one in the round, 1998, had Robin Williams and Philip Seymour Hoffman together.
This one is a kind of a guess. It's a movie that Robin Williams is in, and it kind of is about the spirit of giving and forgiveness. And it's Neil's. It's a movie about Neil, I should say. It's The Fisher King.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah, we talked about a lot of different Robin Williams movies and couldn't really place Philip Seymour Hoffman in any of them. We started with Death to Smoochie, went to Patch Adams, and settled on What Dreams May Come.
We took it one too far.
It was Patch Adams?
Patch Adams.
Hey, what's your ailment?
All right, so following the swing round, Team Noel racked up an additional 45 points, bringing their score to 95. And the Kens are right on their trail with 70 points total.
Ooh.
So time to bring it into round 2. First question in round 2. At just 13 years old, rockabilly star Brenda Lee was the lead on vocals for what infamous Christmas hit?
I think we're good.
All right, these guys are locked in. Do you think this is Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree?
I hadn't thought of that, but sure.
Jingle Bell Rock is sung, the traditional recording is a guy
male.
on it, right? Yeah.
Right.
I think Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree is female. It's kind of a rockabilly song, so let's go with that.
Yeah, and I guess it sounds kind of young, actually, the singer. All right.
Yeah.
We agree. We went Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it myself when I found out she was only 13. But yeah, Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree.
Wow.
Good job.
She apparently went on to have quite a successful rockabilly career, but never repeated her Christmas success. So
It's a shame.
It's kind of a shame. All right, question 2 in the round. 2001 saw the release of what line of fashion dolls, which despite slow initial sales, came to take up a large share of their product field in later years. The line is now worth more than $1 billion, and reportedly, they're interested in trying to revive the now bankrupt Toys R Us.
We wrote that like in unison at the moment.
Did you say fashion dolls?
Yep.
You guys are locked in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wrote down Bratz.
Oh, yeah. That was all about clothes, right?
Yeah, and big heads and big eyes.
All right. Bratz.
Mm-hmm. We also said Bratz with a Z.
There we go. Bratz with a Z.
Yeah, Matt and I were just too excited to write down Bratz.
You said 2001 fashion doll. I was like, ooh.
They're still making them to this day. So
Matt has a vast collection.
Yeah.
I do his Beanie Babies.
Right next to my Beanie Babies.
Yeah. I was going to write a Beanie Baby question for you, but I decided not to. But not to exclude Matt, the next question is a sports question.
Hooray.
Number 3 in the round. Christmas Day 1994 saw the Miami Dolphins and the Detroit Lions play a game with a record on the line. Barry Sanders entered the game with 1,831 rushing yards, with a shot for 2,000. Sanders didn't set any records that day, but the victory was Miami head coach's 319th regular season victory, putting him ahead of George Halas and setting a new record for regular season wins by a head coach. Who was this famous head coach?
Hey, one I think I got.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Any football knowledge?
My husband's watching football in the other room, so I'll be right back. I need to get a drink of water.
They might not mention it on today's broadcast.
We have no idea, so we're going to go with Coach McGurk.
Coach McGurk, famous coach of the Baltimore Ravens.
Yes, from Home Movies. No, No, this is he coached them for a very, very long time. Had a son who was very much less successful in Dave, and this was Don Shula.
So Shula had broken the overall wins record the year before in '93, but he finally passed Hallis's regular season record in Christmas of '94. So Don Shula.
Matt and I knew that from his work with Ace Ventura.
Yeah. Rescuing Snowflake.
Do you think like a dolphin?
Oh, what's happening? Sorry.
Oh, that's staying. All right. Number 4 in the round. The Will Ferrell classic Elf with Jim Caan was the sophomoric debut for what current blockbuster director? Like many of his other films, the director also plays a small role in the film.
We're locked in.
I think maybe it's Adam McKay. He's doing that new movie Vice, and he did The Big Short, but he also did movies like Step Brothers, I believe. So he's kind of started in comedies, and now he's moving towards dramedies. Let's go with Adam McKay.
Yeah, this director, I believe his first movie...
Oh, wait.
Oh, you liked him with Adam McKay, though, right?
It's Jon Favreau.
It is Jon Favreau, yeah.
Yeah, and known for making slight cameos in some of his films and later blockbusters in the Marvel series, it's Jon Favreau.
Shoot.
All right, question 5. 1988's Scrooge sees Bill Murray comically retell the classic novel A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. In Scrooged, Murray plays a cynical man with what occupation?
I know the industry he's in. I'm just trying to. I don't know how specific.
I think that's good enough. Or do you think he's?
I'll have discretion.
Yeah, so that encompasses most things.
Okay.
All right. So these guys are in. Have you seen this one?
I know the movie cover. I know my parents owned it.
Yeah.
You know, looking through our collection, I always saw it.
Do you think he's in show business or banking or?
I would think it's some sort of
maybe stockbroker.
Yeah, I think it's something like at the business end. I don't think it's any kind of show business.
Okay, let's
so, business, not show business.
Stockbroker, you think?
Yeah, I would say that. I was thinking, maybe attorney, or maybe just because I'm a cynical one.
He's got a cigar, right?
Yeah, isn't he just wearing his pajamas with like a stocking cap?
Pajamas, right?
No, I believe he's in a
lawyers,
tuxedo.
Oh, well, I was going to say lawyers often wear pajamas, if that helps.
I'm in them right now.
Yeah, I was going to say you're in pajamas. You practice in pajamas.
Naturally.
That'd be a great
Bananas in Pajamas.
Oh God, I love that show. Sorry,
coming down the stairs.
Okay.
Yeah, we're in with stockbroker.
So I believe at the end of the movie, he's trying to win the affections back from Karen Allen, and they go to a TV studio because they're doing a televised version of A Christmas Carol, and they all sing "Put a Little Love in Your Heart." And I believe he's a TV producer of that network, and goes on his own set to profess his love to her in the world.
So I said I would rule with a little bit of discretion. He is a TV executive, but I think producer would qualify for credit.
All
so.
right.
I don't.
Well, we'll take it to court.
In the end, he is trying to produce the production. So
Right. He's a network TV network executive.
Yeah. If we said TV guy, we'd probably be wrong, but
that's fair. Question 6 in the round. The song Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer was recorded originally in 1949, becoming the first #1 song of the 1950s. What famous singing cowboy is responsible for this famous version, which has sold more than 12 million copies? This will appeal to all of our listeners who are more than 70 years old. And I know this because it's the 70-year-olds in my life who constantly tell me about this singing cowboy. So.
I was hoping this was going to be about DMX performing it.
What?
Yeah, it was very good.
Is that it, you think?
He's a cowboy.
Yeah, coming back with the Roy Rogers.
That's all I can think of.
All right. We're in with Roy Rogers.
Yeah, I would say, so you wrote down Roy Rogers. I would have to think it's either Roy Rogers, Hank Williams, Gene Autry, or...
Paul Newman.
Yeah.
There's always a chance for the Newman.
Roy Rogers. Hey, everyone, it's Barbara Walters. Hello, everyone. Roy Rogers, please. Yeah, we could do Roy Rogers if you want.
You really can't say it.
I can't say it.
Yes, we're locked in also with Roy Rogers.
Well, I never feel too bad if it's been mentioned, but the singing cowboy is often Gene Autry. Yeah, it's kind of his shtick.
Well, at least I said it. Makes me feel a little bit better. Roy Rogers.
Question 7 in the round. In 2016, the NFL played its first Christmas Day games since 2011. In a matchup of Pittsburgh versus Baltimore, Antonio Brown won the game on the back of a 4-yard touchdown pass with 9 seconds left. The winning effort not only clinched the AFC North for Pittsburgh, but it also made Brown the only player to have 4 straight 100-reception seasons since which famous Colt set that benchmark?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say him or the RW, but that's probably better way.
Okay. The good old R-dubs.
So the year Antonio Brown did it was 2016, you said?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I was just going to go with my favorite receiver, Catchy Good Arms, but
Oh, yeah, he's prolific, sure.
he's really good.
What about his cousin, Catchy Strong Hands?
Yeah, he's good too.
Catchy, good arm, good hands.
All right, so Catchy Good Hands for the Kens, and I think Matt might have had this one.
Well, I'm not 100% sure on this one. The Colts actually had a few prolific receivers in the Peyton Manning era, but his first and favorite was always Marvin Harrison, so I said Marvin Harrison.
So Brown beat this record by making it 5 in a row in 2017, but the one who set the benchmark was Marvin Harrison.
It wasn't Catchy Good Arms.
It was sadly not.
He only had 3 in a row, actually, so just missed it.
Neil, of course, was making a joke about Reggie White.
Mm-hmm.
Reggie Wayne.
Reggie Wayne.
Sorry, Reggie Wayne. Oh, God, that was bad. Reggie Wayne.
Reggie White not catching a lot of passes.
Yeah, definitely not a good receiver.
No. All right. Question 8. White Christmas made its debut in what Irving Berlin presented/scored film from 1942? A smart casting director also recruited the talents of Fred Astaire and Bing Crosby, which made it a huge hit at the time.
We're locked in.
Pretty sure this is not actually White Christmas, but Holiday Inn.
Yeah, Holiday Inn, that's one of my favorites, aside from all the minstrel shows.
I think I've heard Neil going on about this one in the past a couple times.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, let's go with Holiday Inn.
Yeah, for sure, Holiday Inn.
Yeah, save for the terrible blackface that's in the movie. The rest of it's pretty good.
I glanced over that. I know it's there.
So we went with Holiday Inn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you'd be smart for staying at a Holiday Inn.
Mm-hmm.
Holiday Inn.
Hotel or motel?
Question 9. In the 12 days of Christmas, how many birds would you have to give your true love on day 10?
His question, though, is how many?
Mm-hmm.
So wouldn't it just be 10?
No, because each day they give all of those things.
On
the
I see.
5th day they give 12
because there's multiple
of this, 11
birds.
of this. So
my bad. Okay.
It would do. There'd be 60 of whatever the 12th is by the 5th day.
Yeah. Okay.
Because this man's insane.
Saying cumulatively just on the 10th day.
On the 10th day.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that makes it easier. It's not how many he's given so far.
Correct.
Oh.
Yeah. So
I'm not a total.
So it's either
just.
I think it's just
mostly.
this.
Not 100%.
Definitely.
No.
So that's.
I'm at most like 70%.
I don't want to math anymore, so you can just say whatever number strikes your fancy.
All right, we're locked in with 24.
We're going with 23, right?
Yeah, 23, sure.
So it's the same for days 7 through 12, because it's all people after that. It's 23 birds.
Damn.
All right, and the last question in regulation. Which Christmas film could best be described as Frosty the Snowman if Frosty were an unreliable father who dies in a car crash and gets reincarnated as a snowman to set things right with the son he left behind?
That's basically it. Yeah, that's very specific. That's right, isn't it?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Oh, good.
We're locked in.
I think it's just Jack Frost, right? Michael
Oh,
Keaton.
one of my favorites. The kid says it's better to have a snow dad than a no dad. It's so
Which
good.
is pretty clever for somebody whose dad just died. All right,
Yeah,
we're in
Jack
with
Frost.
Jack Frost.
We also locked in with Jack Frost.
And was his name Jack Frost before he died too? Like their last name was Frost?
Yeah, I believe so.
God.
I mean, it's not Michael Keaton's best film, but it is Jack Frost. All right, so at the end of regulation, the Kens have a score of 120, and
Feels
Noel's have a score of 175.
Bringing
so
the Christmas spirit today.
they are.
We're a little high on eggnog here.
So let me go through the final category so we can collect wagers. All right, so category 1 is Jingle Bells. Category 2 is Jingle Bells.
Oh, no.
Category 3 is Jingle All the Way. Category 4 is Oh, What Fun It Is to Ride. And category 5 is In a One-Horse Open Sleigh.
Oh, God, I hope Jingle All the Way is about Jingle All the Way.
Me too.
All right, all the wagers are locked in. Question 1 in Jingle Bells. Jingle Bells was the first song to be transmitted from space to Earth in 1965 during a communication between ground control and the flight crew. Which NASA project did this mission occur in? I'm not looking for the specific mission. I'm looking for the project. I figured a number was way too hard. Question 2 in Jingle Bells. While known as one of the most famous Christmas songs of all time, James Lord Pierpont had instead intended Jingle Bells to be used for what holiday? Question 3. Jingle All the Way actually had a sequel, or remake, depending on how you look at it, in 2014. I say that because with an IMDb rating of 3.9, I'm not surprised I didn't even know about it until I started researching for this game. Arnold sadly did not make a return for the sequel, but which comedian stepped into the starring role of a deranged Father Larry?
Yeah.
Question 4. Oh, what fun it is to ride. Early 2000s kids knew best, knowing scooters were all the rage. What brand was a cut above the rest, selling 15 million scooters during their first 6 months of sales?
If only there was a clue in there.
I didn't think it was hard anyways. And the last category, in a one-horse open sleigh. Origins of Santa Claus trace back largely through the aforementioned St. Nicholas and Sinterklaas of Dutch lore. Some of these early depictions have Santa riding a white horse. However, famed more for Halloween-adjacent works, which creator of Sleepy Hollow and famed American author characterized Santa's travels as utilizing a wagon, which may have contributed to our contemporary visualization of a tiny sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer? All right, so all of the answers are locked in.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to start with the high bet here. We'll go to Team Ken's. Had 10 points to wager. Which Apollo mission set did this take place in, where Jingle Bells was played?
I said Nordad.
All right, and with nothing on the line, what did you say, Noel's?
We thought the interaction with ground control was Major Tom.
So preceding the Apollo missions, the 2-man missions of NASA were the Gemini. So this was Gemini 6 specifically, but I knew no one would get that. So, and that's not in the spirit of Christmas. So if you knew that one, congratulations. You are smarter than me, which is not hard. But all right, second question in Jingle Bells. I believe the Kens had another 10 points on this. So what holiday did James Lord Pierpont intend Jingle Bells for?
We thought maybe he wanted this to be a New Year's jingle, ringing in the New Year with some Jingle Bells.
That makes sense.
And what did you guys say over at the Noels?
Yeah, I remember reading an article about Jingle Bells once, and it was something having to do with like the wagon in the snow, but during Thanksgiving, I believe. So we put Thanksgiving. Yeah,
he actually had intended it as a famous Thanksgiving song, which that would be the only one I could think of if that ever took off. So, yeah, so it'll be Thanksgiving.
Yep.
Question number 3 in Jingle All the Way. Who took up the role that Arnold, I'm assuming, didn't even have to decline? They probably didn't ask him. In Jingle All the Way 2. Now, both teams had wagered 30 on this. So we'll start with the Kens.
Yeah, this is bad news. We just kind of talked. We were like, who would be in like a low budge, not well-liked comedy remake? Larry the Cable Guy?
Yeah, this was actually a WWE production. This person came on to host Raw and pimp this movie that he was in, and it was Larry the Cable Guy.
Yep, they couldn't even bother to name him something different. Whoa. That was Larry the Cable Guy.
Yep.
Yeah, and that was our only question we wagered on. Yeah, so 30 there.
Just kick our feet up from here on out.
Hopefully. We'll see.
All right. Oh, what fun it is to ride. Early 2000s kids were all into scooters, and although electric ones are making a comeback now. What was the brand that sold 15 million scooters in their first 6 months? It was at 10 points to the Kens. We'll start there.
Those would be the famous Razor scooters.
Mm-hmm. Also went with Razor scooter.
Yep, for good reason. That would be the Razor scooters.
Remember all the kids around the neighborhood trying to do like ollies and tricks over bumps and whatnot on a scooter.
There's a very good reason that the bottom of my scooter looks like it's been through hell. So,
oh, you were that kid. Great.
Yeah. I know. I usually just, fell immediately. So, all right. And last question. In a one-horse open sleigh. So, the origins of Santa's sleigh are kind of unknown, but it's possible. This is one of the earlier ones showing him with a cart or a sleigh of some kind. So what Sleepy Hollow American author commented that he had a wagon. We'll start with 10 points to the Kens.
I was pretty sure it was Washington Irving.
And 0 to the Noels. What was your response?
I'm really proud that we got a literature question together. It's Washington Irving, we believe.
Yeah, it is Washington Irving. Well done to both teams. Final scores are in. The Kens have 150 total points. But this week's Christmas cream of the crop, I don't know. What did we do last year?
We were the Christmas cream of the crop.
Were we? Oh, I guess so. I don't remember.
No, I'm saying that's what it was called.
I don't remember if we had specific branding that was clever.
You're the film on the top of an old punch bowl full of eggnog.
That works.
So with 205 total points, the Noels are this week's cream of the crop.
The cream will rise to the top. Oh, yeah.
Great game, guys. Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
It really put me in the spirit for today. I feel like I was lagging a little bit before, but now I'm ready to go.
Were you ready to embrace the Christmas spirit? I think what really put us over the top was being visited by Kendall. So thank you so much for coming to hang out.
Indeed.
You're welcome. I hope you got all your presents from me.
and what a great teammate. We complemented each other's weaknesses and strengths well.
Team Ken. Woo-hoo.
Yeah.
Yeah, we appreciate the embroidered tank tops you sent us. We'll wear them
in our calendar.
In our calendar, right.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to it.
Any messages you'd like to give out to friends, family, loved ones, or Christmas messages in general?
Yes. In fact, I will say a very Merry Christmas to Michael Morin. He's my friend from college. And actually, he lives in Chicago, and he's a psychologist. He opened up his own practice after working in the military with soldiers and kind of mental health issues there. But his therapy, his practice is called Chicago Collaborative Therapy. So if anybody is in the area, you should look him up. He's brilliant.
That's wonderful. Yeah, that's a great thing he's doing too. So yeah, make sure you look up Collaborative Therapy.
That's very cool.
Just a really quick story and a bit of an FU to my dad and my sister.
Merry Christmas.
Almost 2 years in a row, they saw Christmas movies without me.
Ooh.
1 year in high school, I threw up my back at Little Caesars where I was working at the time. And I fell asleep on the couch, and then they snuck in. I said, "Where have you guys been?" And they're like, "Oh, we saw Polar Express." And I was like, "Thanks a lot." And I started crying.
Wow.
And then I was home from college in 2006. And I think kind of I didn't throw up my back or anything, but the same situation. I was sleeping on the couch. They snuck back in. And I was like, "Hey, where were you guys?" And they're like, "Oh, we just saw the Santa Claus 3.
Joke's on them. That movie sucks.
So please take Kendall to a Christmas movie this season.
Yeah, take me this year, guys. I still haven't seen the Santa Claus 3 or Polar Express out of protest.
I understand.
You'll be okay.
We're going to be showing a double feature at our studio over here. So.
Oh, my gosh.
Those are exactly the movies we selected.
Yeah,
Martin Short and the Santa Claus 3.
Well, the best Christmas gift that you've given us, other than being here today, is being a Patreon supporter. So thank you so much for that. If anyone else would like to join Kendall and spread the Christmas cheer, you can go to patreon.com/trivialitypodcast. We have some newer perks launching right after the new year coming up here, or just altered perks, not to be confused with Altered Carbon, the TV show, but keep a lookout for those, and it's a good Christmas gift for someone else.
Can't say thank you enough to those of you who already support us. So if you'd like to do that, we could give you a little bit back of Christmas cheer, some of the bonuses over there. But I think that about does it for us today. We'll keep it short and sweet so you can get on with the rest of your holiday. But for Kendall and I don't know how we got away with an hour and a half recording without saying this, the filthy animals in the studio with me, Ken, Matt, and Neal. I'm Jeff, and that was Triviality.
I take it you really needed a tree.
No, I've already got one, but I got a friend I think could maybe use it. Besides, it'd be a shame for the little fella not to have a home for the holidays.
It's nice to find somebody with such devotion to Christmas.
You know, I don't tell many people this, but Christmas is just about my favorite time. Ever since I was a little kid, I always felt like it was my own personal holiday. I'm at one with the Yuletide, know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean.
I even memorized the names of all the reindeer, like Donder and Blister.
That's Blitzen.